three options. Only one side. Remember, if you're training with weapons, technique is always one side. So the one hand always equals the other. The other side, keep just left coming. Please come back to the stage. Step off the line. One back here. Other one here. Other one here. Pass through. You have here. So aim to see different areas. Trust to the more detailed to the spot. One here under the harmony. Other one the roll here. Other one the temple. Other one the eye. Also in front of the face, between the eye and the nose. This is all the options for the activity. So keep the coming, attack coming. You can go any for all the activities. Here, pass, beginning to right. The primary right, many right possible. Easy to describe in activity, but if you don't have right hand position, your hand gets good. So general training, we don't spend time for activity with your hand and interesting. So this is still not good. So activity not to breaking through any hard object at this point. So also you are east back to the ground. So you are exercise one way you can do it very second again because once your wrist is not blocked, by the time you hit something, your hand will do it, so you have to go to it. So in the exercise, you can develop the otherwise after you break. So really interesting, you have to exercise yourself to keep your wrist under block. The other way of course is from really shot. So that's the you have 5 regions that they can because one is the full contact to face the opponent. So other way, formation second attack to give the right direction. One's energy. So 5 reasons for the activity. People normally training any right training of not full contact. Prevent second attack. You use at least open here to prevent second attack. Because if you right distance, direction, easy to describe, but if you don't have right hand, just do it yourself. So you interested. This is you have to develop. This is the that is our so then there is little gap coming. Remember that any projection in the Aikido is needed training purpose. So you can condition your body and continue training, but in reality, you just start immobilization is controlled. Any objection. Training purposeでinitially training for military training. And then Japan has only open for strike protection. Here, regularly I have this is Japan. My live much closer than the enemy. Open or strike exactly between the eye or the remote, whichever strike. When you engage without full contact, you can create not like system of the Aikido, the interact with the partner. Therefore, also, they are not think too much in terms of attractive things that interact with their partners. You full contact each other. The easy type of things of the training. If you can receive properly, also you can train properly. So focus on the tech properly. Describing us for Indian Tangan, meaning the cultivation of the gravitation. Any movement coming towards you, there's sort of against movement coming virtue, grow. Those concepts you're training in the katatetori in the beginning, grow, then straight, whatever. You have to cultivate, develop the idea of that intention. Without just copying physical movement, that's fine, but without understanding the intention. So because that's the source of the Aikido technique. Whatever you're doing, you apply the same thing. So without understanding that's intention, you cannot connect it to the source, and then very physical conditioning, okay, 10-year training, physically do something, but that's the not the true study of Aikido. Then coming back to the point, you have to understand the intention of the sensei of Aikido. The Aikido is the beginning as the mystical spiritual thing. But many people tend to put into the frame so-called traditional martial art. Then already in a fixed ideas you can't get out. When the old sensei started Aikido, it was already beginning with the spiritual thing. Because he studied martial art before one of the anyway, so without understanding the philosophy, your physical action doesn't have any base to follow. Because they sometimes describe as Aikido as a harmony piece, etc. But the intention is there. But those ideas, reality is unreachable. Okay? Why you have an idea? Process is important. Maybe the human history over 2,000 years we strove to find peace, harmony, etc. Continue on. Still we should continue with the problem. But the process is important. The same thing in Aikido, the idea of peace, harmony is fine. But the process is important. Therefore, if you just train technique, that's a good exercise, physical conditioning, fun, that's good. But if you want to study more, you have to know the both aspects, the idea, philosophy, His training technique was partly functional. But the functional technique doesn't mean equal to fighting. But because you're in the idea of fixed frame of so-called martial arts, doesn't matter how you train or what you think, you cannot get out the idea of the conflict or fighting. So training of technique has to be functional, effective, but not necessarily equal to fighting. Because you have a choice whichever you want. So if you study philosophy, idea, technique as functional, both have to be clear. Better not to mix. So if you study the two aspects, maybe one day you might find it reconciled with both aspects. Just technique, without intention. I don't know if it doesn't have any line to follow. So technically, very sensitive. Supposedly in the beginning always you start at the beginning of the rules. To be exactly Japanese standards, middle of the American PhD. So like you're standing middle of the bridge between heaven and earth. Or a easy way of standing between heaven and earth. It sounds strange, but you need to inform. When our sensei talk about those things, when I was young, obviously, you can't understand what he's talking about. But because he keeps informing me, so after he wants to follow up, intend to follow something, you have information, ideas there, but here, no one informed you. Obviously, you know, no, actually, you think that's going down. But his idea is all timing and vision is the road, the vacuum, the room, depends how you describe it, eating, vacuum, the road, the room. So that's the whole essence of the technique, whatever you train, you do it. That's the notion of idea, intention in the beginning. Okay, then, training, the road. This is the reaching point. When you move, you create a gap, vacuum. Otherwise, this is the reaching point of the path. Before in the beginning, we always forward. Otherwise, that's the overhead essence. If you don't have an idea of intention, that's a nice exercise, but doing it. Obviously, in the beginning, general idea, extension, or the piece, or whatever, obviously some extension movement go up. One must be. So also in this case, rather describing the extension of the energy of the rolling, that's where the whole essence of the movement. So any adaptive coming instead of just carrying or doing movement, right? Extension of the road. Also, this is a technique. Eliminating the pass through, so movement coming non-stop, you have to pass direction movement. If you have notion of the road movement coming through, not to try to against the road motion. This is Yakkami eliminated. Also, you have the three options. One without contact now direct. One of them feet or to the back, hips and up. This take step, changing up forward from the back. Leaving case can be start out on the eye arm, so from here, step forward, change the arm here. The gap time is slide